Remarkable in what way? Amory asked. Giroux pinched out the Camel he'd been smoking. The collaborators think they can hide from us, but we know where they are. We find the traitors one by one, and we deliver justice. The Opération Sauvage. Oh, that's what we call it. We will punish someone today. Amory pricked up his ears. Sure, he said. I'd like to see that. We'll wait for Fritchley Bound. He'll want to come along. He turned to Copper. Where is he? Where do you think? She replied. With the liberation of the city from the Germans, an almighty party had started, and George Fritchley Bound, otherwise known as the Frightful Bounder, had never been able to resist a party. He was a British journalist who had attached himself to them some weeks earlier. An old Etonian, he was more or less constantly drunk, but they had grown fond of him. The Frightful Bounder had yet to return by the time the meal was laid out, so they started without him. The bread was stonier than the saucisson, and the wine was stonier than that, but they were all hungry. Who is this traitor? Amory asked Giroux. Giroux sawed at the saucisson with his clasp knife. Someone who did great harm to France, he replied grimly. You will see. Will they kill him? Maybe. Copper winced. They had already seen so many horrors left by the Allied invasion, a vast wave of men and machinery rolling across Europe towards Berlin. Paris was still bobbing in its wake. Amory was seemingly unmoved by the horribly maimed, the newly dead. But then Amory was a war correspondent, hardened to such things. And though she loved him, he was the coldest man she knew. 5 minutes later, the Frightful Bounder arrived. However, his appearance was more in body than in spirit, as he was carried in, dead drunk, by 2 GIs. Nice guy for a limey, one of them panted. Fritchley Bound was a large man, and there were several flights of stairs up to the apartment. But he doesn't know when to quit. Where'd you want him? They took Fritchley Bound from his drinking companions and dumped him on his bed. From past experience, Copper turned him on his side and put a chamber pot where he could reach it. Unexpectedly, Fritchley Bound opened one bloodshot eye and peered at them. Have I disgraced myself? No more than usual, Amory replied. But you're missing an opportunity. Giroux's taking us to see the resistance dish out frontier justice. Bugger, the rag would love that. He tried to sit up, then clutched at his chest. His face, a crimson leather mask, turned white. They had to grab him to stop him from sliding to the floor. He looked up pleadingly to Copper. Copper, old thing. No, George. I don't want to see anybody killed. Please, do it for me. I won't. Could be the making of old George. Double spread, happy editor, save career. He clutched at her arm. Camera in the wardrobe over there. Should be a few shots left on roll. Damn it, George, she said angrily. You can't keep doing this. He waved a large, limp hand, either to concede that she was right, or to brush away her protest, she couldn't tell which, and slumped back, his face corpse-like. Amory raised an eyebrow at her. The dying man's last wish. Are you going to refuse? For 2 cents, I would. Copper stamped the wardrobe. I'm not reloading the camera. If the film's all used up, that's it. She examined the back of the battered Rolleiflex. Ironically, Fritchley Bound insisted on sticking to his pre-war German camera. There were 6 frames left. Damn! You can stay home if you want, Amory said. Fritchley Bound snorted into wakefulness. No, don't, brave girl. Salvation of the old frightful bounder. Eternally grateful. How many times does this...